Are screens taking over your child's free time? In today's digital climate, it's easy for kids to spend hours glued to devices. But often, really, I don't think it's as limiting as yeah. What if we could inspire them to explore tech-free hobbies that spark creativity, build confidence, and strengthen family bonds? Today, I'll ask you to stay tuned for practical tips on encouraging screen-free fun at home. Parents and caregivers, you're welcome. Good evening, and welcome back to the Family Cyber Tips Daily, where we share practical tips for navigating the digital world as a family. Today, we're tackling an important question. How can we encourage our kids to explore tech-free hobbies? We all know that screens are part of everyday life, but too much screen time can impact our kids' creativity, focus, and even their social skills. The good news? There are plenty of fun, engaging, and enriching activities that don't involve screens at all. Okay? So parents, you're welcome. We're going to look at why this matters, and it's always important to establish that from the get-go. Why does tech-free, or why do tech-free hobbies really matter? But first, let's talk about why tech-free hobbies are so important. Recent studies show that kids who engage in offline activities develop better problem-solving skills, stronger relationships, and a healthier balance between online and real-world experiences. I hasten to add, tech-free play helps reduce screen fatigue and improve mental well-being. You know that on Thursdays we cover or focus at least on digital wellness and balance. And so that balance is important. Improving mental well-being is important. And that's why these tech-free hobbies really do matter. Okay? So we're going to look at some ideas, and these are the ones that I've researched that are ticking many boxes. And why not share it with my community, my peeps? So let's look at tech-free hobby ideas, okay? I'm going to share some fun and engaging tech-free hobbies that your kids, your loved ones, those that are connected to you can explore. The first is creative arts, okay? Creative arts. Some would say that this is an old thing, but creative art still has a huge place. And so you've got to encourage drawing, painting, or even sculpting. A simple sketch pad can open up a world of imagination. And I hope I'm not nannying you. Interestingly, there's some things that you may have set up for your own family that you think every other family is engaged in. And that's not the truth. Research confirms that some of you are hearing this for the first time. Okay? So that's why I'm pleased to present these recommendations on a, daily basis, because we can't take it for granted that the parents and caregivers amongst us who don't know these things. And so creative arts has a place. You must encourage drawing, encourage painting, or even sculpting. Okay? Another one, and again, these are so simple, it really does feel like I'm speaking or talking to the choir. Reading and storytelling. Seriously, I remember when I used to binge on books. I don't anymore, and that's because the phone has replaced it. But again, because we're talking about tech-free hobby ideas, we need to drop the phone and return back to things that over the years has definitely kept families together, bonding. Okay, so reading and storytelling, it is a tech-free hobby. Okay, foster a love for books again. Go back to it. I know that some content creators that I know encourage book clubs, okay, where they get you to go and buy a paperback book and actually read and come back and review. It is lovely to be able to do that. I can just picture it, okay? So foster a love for books again by creating a cozy reading nook or telling bedtime stories together. I used to love doing that when the boys were a lot younger, you know, but I'm now speaking to you parents with younger kids that there's a place for reading and storytelling, okay? Another, outdoor adventures. We've kind of spread this or sprinkled it along many bulletins that we've shared on this platform. Outdoor adventures, go on nature walks, try gardening, or explore local parks. Fresh air and movement do wonders. I've told you that many of these things that I am recommending to you, I have also parked somewhat. There is a need to return to it, and I can see myself doing this when the weather improves. Yeah, we are older, so we don't have the kind of skin that these young folk have, hardy skin that they can go out and do that. So we will take it softly, but please do it. I do know that fresh air and movement will do you and your young ones wonders, okay? Now, a favorite of mine will be music and dance, okay? Where's it gone? I still know that there's some local areas in many boroughs or local councils that have facilities that encourage music and dance. And I can tell you that if you had an interview with folk who go to these places, they enjoy it. And that's, tech-free. That dancing to music, but they're not listening or they're not on their phones. They're taking a break. So as parents, we must encourage kids to play an instrument, sing, or learn dance moves for some screen-free, tech-free fun. Okay? Please. Mix it up. It is going to do you and your family, loads of good. Okay? Another, again, these are things that I used to love doing. Puzzles, Still don't know why I can't embrace Monopoly, but let's hope. But puzzles and board games, okay? These are all tech-free hobbies that you can pick up. Let's go back to board games. I know that many of our kids don't know, if you're from a certain place where we come from, they don't know about Ludo, okay? Beautiful game, pastime, tech-free, okay? So puzzles and board games have a place, especially the classic board games. They're great for developing critical thinking and teamwork. Critical thinking, I can tell you 110%, chess will do that for you. You have draft and many other ones. Even snake and ladder. I hope I've said that right. It's been so long, okay? Again, if you're into those kind of things, card games, like back home then, in those days, WHOT? W-H-O-T. These are all things that will keep you going, and they are tech-free. There's another one, but I only know the vernacular name, so it may not really register. But it's a game that we used to dig holes into the ground, 12 in total, and put pebbles and then just move them around. But they now have it, the wooden version. I don't know what it's called. If you're in the chat, you can drop it in the comments what those are called now. But they are they're games. They're not tech free. They're not on the phone. You've dropped it. So less screen time. Okay. I thought I'll put this last one because it feels like it's taking a back seat. Cooking. I can see my wife giggling all over. Cooking. And I just so that she laughs and stops. And baking. Because I do bake. Okay? Cooking and baking. Get them involved in the kitchen, especially. Well, I better be careful. Let me leave the especially. But get them involved in the kitchen with simple recipes. And that thing, recipes, that word is a thing. I've discovered, and so help me God, 2025 will not go past that I will not make this a reality. I used to be so intimidated to, to make stuff because I always tend to forget what I saw, in reality, how it was done. And I've been told several times, recipes, they do it. And if you want to build confidence, I remember that when I was doing my youth service, that's national service for those who don't know what that is. You serve your country for 1 year doing free stuff, really, while they keep you alive. But there I used to cook. And yeah, I'll judge my cooking because I was mostly the only one eating it. But I felt I did well, okay? So I can cook, just not proud, as proud as my lovely wife, who is just a brilliant cook. And so there's that intimidation. Enough of me, cook and bake. Get the kids involved in the kitchen with simple recipes they can help prepare. Okay? So those are, several, and it's obviously not exhaustive. You probably have many, and this is why the community building and engagement is so crucial. Please drop it in the chat. What else can we do that is not, or rather that is tech free, And when you put it in the comments, you're introducing it to an audience that may not know of it, okay? If there's a special game that you have played that is tech free, that you feel others will identify and it will resonate well with us, please put it in the chat, okay? Get YouTube working, all right? I'm sure you do it, and I'll give you a shout out indeed if you do so, okay? All right, so those are tech-free hobby ideas that we recommend that you and your young one get involved in, okay? So we're going to look at how to make the hobbies, the tech-free time that you have now found, work. Because it's got to work, otherwise the kids become disinterested. Even you as the parent, the leader, may become disinterested. So how do you get this to work? Because in reality, they're glued to their smartphones, like I mentioned at the beginning. So getting kids to unplug isn't always easy. But I'll give you a few tips to make the transition from, binging on tech to a tech-free position smoother. Okay? The first, set screen-free time. Okay? Seems basic, but it works. Designate times when devices are put away, especially non-negotiable during meals or before bed. And of course, this has to be appropriated to the age of your young one. Okay? If they're below a certain age, this will work seamlessly. So put all your devices away anytime it's food time or meal time, and then before bed, because we've shared the dangers and the risks. If you have too much light, especially blue light from smartphones before bed, your young one will find it very difficult to sleep. And I shared a particularly disturbing trend that most parents don't understand what I've just shared with you there, that blue light discourages sleep. So if you allow your child binge on the smartphone or TV before bed and then tell them off because they can't sleep, you will stress yourself out because it's not under their control. They're too excited to sleep. Their eyes are too excited. Their body is too excited because of the blue light exposure. Okay? This is why these live weekday sessions are so important. You get knowledge. Okay? Another thing that you can do to make tech-free time work would be create a hobby routine. Dedicate time each week for exploring new activities together. Like I've alluded to, the kids are excited when mom and dad are involved in their playtime. Okay? If you make time for them, honestly, you'll be amazed that they will always look forward to doing it, especially if you're bad at it, because they will love to flog dad or mom in whatever game or endeavor that they're in. They just love it. Okay? Ask other parents and they will tell you. Okay? A third thing that we would advise that you do to make tech-free time work, this is usually unpopular, is lead by example. Okay? Lead by example. If you're binging on tech, please explain to me how the child doesn't get impacted. Kids are more likely to embrace tech-free hobbies if they see you doing the same. And that's why the involvement, the engagement with them whilst they are, on the tech-free endeavor is crucial. Absolutely crucial. Okay? So lead by example. Don't do one thing and expect that they will do another. That's unfair, really. And it's confusing. All right? Another, and this is on you, parent or caregiver, make it fun. Make it fun. Don't make it boring for them because it won't work. Make the tech-free time work by making it fun. And if you don't know what to do, ask. So you can ask me or ask others. Okay, Lawrence has told us to do this, but I don't think it'll be fun. Have someone else look over your shoulder, or maybe you should tweak it here, tweak it there. Engagement is crucial. So gamify offline activities by setting challenges or rewards for participation. Tell your child they can go to, well, it's affordable, Florida Disneyland if you up your game in so area, or you have so reward if you do this that's tech free. They will participate. And be truthful. Don't promise and then don't do it. No, you have to do it. Of course, if you can afford it and make it affordable, don't put yourself in debt because you want to get this right, because that doesn't work either. So make it fun. All right? Make it fun. It's a short one. Well, I hope it was. Well, not quite short. Okay? But encouraging tech-free hobbies doesn't mean banning screens altogether. It's about creating balance and helping kids discover new interests that will benefit them for life. Okay? So please, like I mentioned, which tech-free hobby will your family try first? Drop us a comment, okay? And don't forget to like, and that's a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not, and it is free. And remember to hit the notification bell for more practical family cyber tips. If you want me to stop asking you to subscribe, tell a friend, okay? Tell a friend. And then we'll gather this subscription to the level where I don't need to remind you anymore. Okay? I've been your host, Lawrence Edem. Until tomorrow, same time. God bless and goodbye.